Hi, it's Tim Cashel from Barco Media and Entertainment, and this video we're going to show you how to back up your FSN console and restore it onto the Mac version of the FSN GUI. So the previous video we showed how to do this for a PC. This time we're doing it for Mac, which is a little bit different procedure. So here we go. First of all, before you do the backup, you're going to want to do a save all on the console. Make sure you save all the data that you have on the console since your last save. So go ahead and do that and confirm it. The next thing you're going to do is take a USB stick and you're going to insert it into the USB port at the top of the switcher. Okay. Then from the system page, you're going to go to your backup restore menu and you're going to do a backup system. Okay. Now when you hit the backup system, what's going to do is it's going to bring up a browser of your thumb drive. Now you can easily create a new folder and then rename that folder to whatever you want to call it. It makes more sense to you. But I'm just going to go ahead and use a folder on my thumb drive called Backup Already. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and back up the system. And it says, do you want to overwrite the data in that folder? And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, depending on how many presets you have on your FSN, it's going to determine really how long this takes. And since I don't have that many, it's done. Okay? So we can go ahead and close this. Go ahead and back out of this menu and extract our USB stick. Okay. So the next thing we do is we take that USB stick, walk it over to our Mac, and insert that. Alright. So when that thumb drive pops up on the desktop here, go ahead and open it. Now the folder you're looking for is the one you named it, or in my case, Backup. I'll click on that folder. There is a library folder in there. Double click on the library folder. Okay, and it's going to create the folder library for SBC. So I'm going to go ahead and look in that folder, and in there I have all these text files and a folder called mem for memories. Okay, these are all the necessary files from the backup that you're going to need. So we're going to go ahead and leave that folder aside for now. The other thing you need to do is find the folder for your FSN GUI software. Now, when I put the software on my laptop, I put it on the desktop so it's easy to find. You may have installed it into your program files folder or your main hard drive, but in my case I have the folder here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now in that folder there's obviously both versions, the Windows and the Mac version. We're going to go to obviously the Mac version of the GUI. Alright, and there's an FSN control GUI icon. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to right click on that icon. When you right click on that icon, it's going to give you an option to show package contents. Alright, and then you'll see the contents. Go ahead and double click that folder. And inside of there will be a folder called Mac OS. And open that folder. Okay. So there is the folder called FSN Data. Go ahead and open that up. Alright. Now if you view this in list format, you'll see that it's very similar. It's got some text files in there plus the memories folder. Now this is the default setup for the FSN GUI. Now what you're going to do is obviously take the folder or files from the folder that you made the backup of, and I'm going to go ahead and do an option A here to select all those files, and I'm going to drag them into the folder FSN Data on the Mac GUI page. Okay. Now some of the folders overwrote, and some of the files were overwritten, and some of them were added. So here we go. It's asking me if I want to go ahead and replace files that were duplicates. I'm going to say replace files, so I have an exact copy. Don't forget to hit apply to all, or else you're going to be hitting that every time it reaches a folder. Alright, so there you go. All the information from my backup stick is now in my FSN data folder in the Mac version of the FSN GUI. I'm going to close all these. Next, I'm going to launch my FSN GUI. Now, remember, this goes for both the PC and the Mac versions. When you're running your Mac or PC on a network with the FSN, unless you have a router, which you shouldn't have, you're going to need to set a fixed IP address for your machine. So under Windows or under Mac, under the network settings, be sure that you have a fixed IP address and make sure it's not 192.168.0.4 or 5. 192.168.0. anything but 4 or 5 is just fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to launch the full GUI here. It's attempting connection to the frame. We are connected according to the page here. Now, it should have loaded all the information from our backup. So just let's double check here. So I'm going to go to input setup. And again, on input setup, I've got 2 SDIs and 3 VGAs. So let's double check over here on the FSN. And we have 2 SDIs and 3 VGAs. Again, we'll check the memory section. So memory, there are 3 memory registers used. Go back to the Mac. And we have 3 memory registers used. So great. Let's double check here on our aux pages. We have those auxes there. If we go to System Aux Setup, it shows that we have 1 program preview aux and 1 mixing aux down here. And just to confirm that is correct, aux setup over here, we have indeed 1 program preview aux and 1 mixing aux on the console. So it looks like the backup took, and now we can have a choice of running this FSN console or frame from either the console or the FSN GUI on our Mac. So this is a great way to either have an online backup of your console, or you want to run the show from your Mac and lose the console, or whatever you want to do. So there you go. That's how you restore your FSN backup to the FSN GUI. Thanks.